Hi, welcome to my analysis of the Gary Johnson "This is the Year" political advertisement.
Donald Trump launched a new
Tonight,
attack.
Hillary Clinton unleashing a blistering attack.
Donald Trump is taking aim at both Clintons. If you thought the race for the White House...
So, just in these first 10 seconds, we've already been shown quite a lot. So, first, Donald Trump making, kind of an angry face. And it's all in black and white. This is all to portray him as, maybe evil. Not necessarily though, but just not in a positive fashion.
Hillary Clinton
Same with Hillary Clinton here. She looks angry, they're arguing, so on and so forth. And if you hear in the background, there is some a kind of a somber piano, also to elicit an emotional response. It has some dissonance to it as well.
unleashing a blistering attack.
Donald Trump is taking aim at both Clintons.
And if you listen very closely, you can hear children or babies crying in the background. And this is some, I wouldn't say advanced, but it's an effective sort of manipulation, because every human has this biological ticker, I guess, that really reacts to the sound of a crying baby.
You thought the race for the White House couldn't get any nastier.
You do not have to relax.
Okay, that's my turn.
Hang on.
The security does not have a handle on the situation here.
So here we could see demonstration, protest, and there has been some, this man is clearly hurt. So what they're trying to show is how we've lost control, how it's chaotic outside, and we need to get along. And that's also why they show on these TV shows that they're debating, they're arguing, they're getting angry at each other.
Here, it is total chaos.
Excuse me, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hold on, everybody take a breath. We gotta take a breath. We'll be right back.
This is the most crazy election
And now comes Gary Johnson.
that any of us have ever seen.
I'm disgusted with both the candidates.
And I can't.
Notice how we have a new music now. We have some sort of beautiful piano, which will later develop into some guitar, and it sounds very inspirational.
Cannot in good conscience support him.
So there has been an effort to try to find some sort of plan C.
Is this the year when an outsider will finally crash the stranglehold of Republicans and Democrats?
There's already a third party.
So you might have noticed there that in those three clips, they are all mentioning this sort of plan C, this third party.
Running right now. For President Gary Johnson.
So all this talk about third party, well, I'm it. So our strategy is to win this thing outright, and some extraordinary things have to happen, but has there ever been a more extraordinary political year in our lives? Maybe we're the different candidates that are going to say, look, if you tell the truth, that means you'll admit mistakes, and there's no quicker way to get after fixing something than first acknowledge it.
Which I haven't heard a politician say that in a long time.
And with that little clip, I haven't heard a politician say that in a long time. They're trying to show that Gary he's not like other politicians. He's transparent. He sticks to the truth, unlike maybe Trump and Hillary, and classical politicians.
You have a message that has resonated with more and more people.
That unique combination of being fiscally conservative, smaller government, and individual liberty and freedom. I would not.
That little sentence right there is really an example of a rhetorical device called synthedon. So they say fiscally conservative, smaller government, and individual liberty and freedom. So they're using the set phrase of liberty and freedom and combining the two words with a conjunction.
Not be doing this if there weren't the opportunity to win. But the only opportunity that I have of winning is to be in the presidential debate.
You get 15%, you're going to be sitting on stage with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Gary Johnson is...
Also notice the music now. We have some drums. It's all very inspirational and happy.
At 10% nationwide.
There's no better time to give voice to independent candidates than this election.
How hard would it be for him to get to 15?
And at this point, nobody's checking for Gary Johnson. Okay?
I am.
The more you know about Governor Johnson, he's the real deal.
You can definitely stand up for equal opportunity. You can definitely stand up against gaming the system. This is a huge opportunity. Give us a chance, and we will.
If I just return a bit here, we can hear an anaphora.
Stand up for equal opportunity. You can definitely stand up against gaming the system.
So there he said, we can definitely stand up for equal opportunity. We can definitely stand up against gaming the system. So this is an anaphora because he's using the same phrase, we can definitely stand up, at the beginning of both these sentences.
This is a huge opportunity. Give us a chance, and we will make a difference.
All right. I'd say the central message of this ad is that they really want to show you that there's a third party. So that if you dislike both Trump and Hillary, why choose between them? Vote Johnson in the polls. And that is also the goal, because Johnson needed 15% vote in the polls to be able to participate in the TV debate, which would be a huge step for him to actually be able to win. You know, they're really trying to appeal to the ones that dislike both sides, you know, the big sides like Trump and Hillary. A common idea is that a vote for a third party is wasted, and that is Johnson's biggest enemy. During the 2016 presidential election, and yeah, a lot of people felt they had to choose between two evils, and they just voted one because they hated the other one more. And to combat this, Gary Johnson said in the ad that he would not be doing this if it weren't an opportunity to win. So what hopes and feels does it appeal to? I guess you could say that it is the hope that neither Trump or Hillary will win, and that of the typical American freedom and liberty, because he is for individual liberty. Also, you could say that he speaks to some more right-leaning people, perhaps, with the fiscally conservative and conservatism and the smaller government, but not necessarily. So on to the values. I briefly touched on this earlier, like with the liberty, since he's a libertarian, and the fiscal conservatism here. Also, he mentions equal opportunity. He seems to value transparency as well, because he is an independent candidate, and he mentions telling the truth, and you have to speak the truth to actually fix problems. And at the TV debate, they said they haven't heard a politician say that in a while. The intended audience is, like with most political ads, the undecided voters. And I don't think I need to explain to you why. But another audience is the ones who might have, decided reluctantly between the two prominent candidates like Trump and Hillary. I think this ad is very effective. They use some manipulation techniques, with the crying babies in the beginning.
Trump launched a new attack.
Hillary Clinton unleashing a blistering...
Notice how the pictures, the imaging of the Hillary and Trump, black and white, they're angry. But then we have somewhere here Gary Johnson with colors. They're all smiling, happy. It's classic manipulation, but it doesn't have to be negative. Everyone uses it. So I believe that is all. Thank you.